But the failure of government at all levels, the impunity of the stealings that attended the subsidy program, nobody is talking about that, but in a very callous and inhuman manner.
Hello, my great and wonderful people. How una day today? I hope all of una day well. Today we get some videos for our table. We're going to be one quickly the review to you concerning the things going to be say if they happen right now for inside this country, Nigeria. Barrister Dele Farotimi don't hit the studio again. And as you all already know, say if this man get opportunity to speak, he not they reserve some. And for this interview, when it be say a grant of recent, he really speak a lot concerning everything when it be say if they happen as we talk right now. I will leave you make you watch the video shortly, and so many other videos when we say we'll still review to you, even for the process of this very broadcast. All right, we will touch on small. Listen to Barrister Dele Farotimi. We will come back for more.
And the economy, and of course it's people, we have a lawyer and political activist, Dele Farotimi. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. Thanks for joining us on Newsday.
Thank you very much for having me. It's a pleasure being with you.
Unfortunately, these times are not the rosiest. Desperation is at an all-time high. The NLC, the Labor Congress, they have threatened, well, of course they have called the palliatives proposed by the government as callous. They are quite skeptical about how the rollout will be, saying it is not transparent, and they are now saying that they think that they might pull out of talks with the government. In your opinion, is it a good idea for them to pull out of these talks, or should they stay the course and try and get some kind of negotiations, as things are quite dire and this is just the situation we're in?
Well, we always try to normalize our obviously abominable situation we skirt around the issues. Because when you speak to the subject of subsidy, the way it's been framed, I believe every major candidate in the last election did say they were going to remove subsidy. But the question that nobody appears to be dealing with right now is exactly what is this subsidy? Who is subsidizing who? If the NLC is talking about withdrawing from negotiations with the government, the question is exactly who were the NLC representing at these negotiations? Were they speaking for me? Was Kabiru, the shoemaker, amongst the people the NLC was speaking for? Iyachukudi, that was selling to that abominable creature, was she also represented by the NLC? Does the NLC have a track record of speaking for the disenfranchised in Nigeria, the disinherited, and the victims of Nigeria? The NLC is a trade union. It deals with the rights of its members. It represents less than a percentile of the Nigerian people. The Nigerian people themselves exercise their franchise. Let's not speak to the legitimacy or otherwise of the person who has presumed to do what was done in one fell swoop on the 29th of May. A friend was using the analogy of a surgery for me today. And he said, oh, it could be likened to a situation where the surgeon ignored to administer anesthesia before commencing the surgery. And I said, no, this is worse. This is a situation where the only thing remaining in Nigeria that the government of Nigeria still gives to the people by default, not necessarily because it wishes them well, But because after it had destroyed our local capacity for refinery, it then began an opaque system that it has never accounted to anyone for. It has destroyed that system. By its own admission, you hear the Nigerian government telling us the bulk of what they are subsidizing are also taken out of the country and smuggled. Is it Iyachukudi and Dauda that were at the border? Are they the custom? What's the so the failure of government at all levels, the impunity of the stealings that attended the subsidy program, nobody is talking about that, but in a very callous and inhuman manner, those who purport to rule over Nigerians were seized by the courage to throw many more people into what is already a bad situation. Whether the man is meeting with his APC people, whoever he cares to meet with, all of us go to the same market. Whether the person voted APC, PDP, PPP, LP, it does not matter now. All of us are in this boat together. But I'm sorry I've taken so long, but there is a lot to unpack because there are presumptions there. The NLC, as far as I'm concerned, is not in a position to speak for us. It might speak for its workers. And it is fine that the workers should be spoken for. But the average Nigerian has had his voice silenced here. And there is no track record of this government or the one before it having the interest of the people at heart.
All right, my great and wonderful people. I believe say all of you don't hear that very one from Barrister Dele Farotimi concerning waiting they happen before you and me today for this country, Nigeria. All right, we don't really need to waste time concerning that very one. I believe say everybody when it be say it get eye or get ear supposed to hear waiting they happen and also see waiting they happen. Now share your own opinion concerning that very one with us in the comment section, even as we take you down to this other video. And this video and the video when it be say it concern some Nigerians when it be say they don't decide to they convert their own car to they use gas. Yes, although this one a very good idea because of the way when it be say things stay difficult for this country today, not the fit they catch fuel again. So a lot of Nigerians though they put idea together to find alternative. I want make una hear from this very man and also condition they when it be say it also limits this very gas when it be say these people also discover, although according to them now very low price. But the limitation of pass be say it not too much day in circulation. I bet pay your attention. I'll come back for more.
Because I spoke to a Nigerian who powers his car with CNG.
So if you are looking for a more efficient and more affordable alternative to fuel for your car, then check this out. The cost of consumption for compressed natural gas is 1 cubic meter per 10 kilometers, 230 naira. Now, with the pump price of fuel now over 600 naira per liter, converting your vehicles to using compressed natural gas is more pocket-friendly alternative. Aside this, CNG is environment-friendly as it plays an important role in reducing vehicular greenhouse gas emissions as well as environmental pollution. The need for compressed natural gas or CNG-powered cars has started gaining momentum in Nigeria, majorly due to its efficiency and affordability. The recent increase in the pump price of fuel from 537 to 617 naira per litre has given rise to the need for an alternative to petrol, with an increased awareness about using compressed natural gas to power vehicles.
It's a natural evolution. We must look at all of these sources. If we take in the UK or in other parts of Europe, a lot of their public transport run on CNG. It's cleaner, it's cheaper, and it's certainly more environmentally friendly.
I caught up with Yusuf Uke, a transporter who has already remodeled his car to use CNG to find out the difference between both fuel products.
It's a simple alternative means of fueling our car instead of using the PMS, the petrol that we know, or the diesel. So that is just what compressed natural gas is all about. and it's also generated from our crude and in abundance. And again, we have it domestically produced in Nigeria in very massive quantity, so which can even go around for the whole nation, and we have more.
Experts say CNG differs from liquefied petroleum gas (LPG) in its constituents.
CNG is pure methane, and that is the only natural gas that we have. Cooking gas is not natural, it's a mixture of propane and butane. So the only natural gas that is available is the methane, and it's 100% methane, unadulterated. So because of that, it's very safe because one, it is lighter than air. So even in a situation where there is leakage, it doesn't stay within the compartment of the vehicle. It escapes above the air. So that is one safety, unlike petrol. If petrol is leaking out, you dare not to drive the car, right? But in the case of CNG, even if it is leaking, you can still drive the car because as it is escaping from the storage, it's going above the air. So that is one safety side of it. The other part of it, the storage equipment, that's the tank. Number one is bulletproof. It is also explosive proof as well. So even if, and the thickness is 6 mm thickness. So when you get 6 mm thickness in metals on an iron, you know it's not something, it's not a child's play. So when you shoot at it, bullet does not penetrate into it.
The CNG cylinder is stored in the trunk or the boot of the car, while other connections, including the point to fill the gas, is located close to the car engine. So what is the cost difference between CNG and petrol-powered vehicles?
So for the 65 CL, now it can take up to 150 kilometers, right? So of distance traveled or distance covered. So and if you have to use petrol, so that 65 CL, if you are buying, is about 3,450 because the price for the gas is 230 naira per cubic meter. So that is its own measurement. So if you are filling up that 65 liter, which is a 15 cubic meter, it's going to cost you a total of 3,450. And it's going to take you for a distance travel of 150 kilometers.
The operational cost of vehicles running on CNG as compared to those running on other fuels is comparatively low, as this driver explains. However, one would have to part with over 400,000 naira to convert a vehicle.
With the increase today, 617. When they posted it 617, I was just smiling because it has nothing to do with me.
In Abuja, there is only one gas plant where vehicles are being converted to CNG. Yusuf is calling on the government to establish more gas plants across the country.
All right, my great and wonderful people. I believe say all of you don't hear everything about una self. And the limitation when basically we talk about from the beginning of past be say, just as you hear this very Ghana explain everything, say, if they give them the opportunity, this one will reach all the whole nation to use, right? But there is only one thing, say, this gas plant, now only one place it dey for Abuja. Tell me how it be say it want to reach the ends of Nigeria if truly say people like this really determined to make this idea go far. This one a question when it be say we they ask ourselves. All right, my great and wonderful people, I will leave you to share your own opinion with us in the comment section. Not be say Nigeria not get opportunity or people to make things easier for this nation, but our leader decide to make all of us become dummy when it be say you don't know it left from it all rights. All right, I would like to draw the line here. I will see you again when I see you. Remember, we love you all. Bye bye.